What's going on, family? It's your man, Jeff Kilgore, bag of goodies, back again. You already know how we do it. Business and mind all intertwined. And today we're going to show you the 5 best books that you should be reading in 2020. If you want to reprogram your subconscious mind and activate the law of attraction. You ready? Come on, let's do it. Now, this is real special because these are the heavy hitters, the classics, so to speak. Now, there are tons and tons of more books that you can read and should read. I'm just going to give you the top 5. There's several others that I've read and am reading. I'm just going to give you the top 5 that you definitely want to put these into your library, into your rotation, read them several times. Each book that I'm going to show you, I've read at least more than once. And so these are the classics. Now, if you have any suggestions, books that you think that I should be reading, books that you want me to do a review on, put it down in the comments. Let me know. I'll be sure to check that out and let you know we can get that going. All right. Now, the very first book, this to me is, if you're trying to learn about your subconscious mind, you want to reprogram your subconscious mind, you want to learn about your mind in general, this one is a must read. It's kind of the subconscious mind Bible, so to speak. I use that loosely, but if you want to learn about reprogramming your subconscious mind, or just learning about the subconscious mind, period, you have to read this. There's no way around reading this. Dr. Joseph Murphy, The Power of the Subconscious Mind, excellent book, a classic. This book goes into extreme detail in regards to the subconscious mind, what it is, how it works, how you should be approaching trying to reprogram it, things that you do. One of the favorite things for me about this book and why I love it so much is because it actually gives practical things that you can do, instructions. You know, if you're feeling this way, say this 3 times a day. If you're struggling in this area, say this affirmation. Or, and it's an older book. It was written a long time ago. You can substitute your affirmations in for, something similar to what he's saying, but it actually gives you instructions. I love books that not only give you the knowledge, but give you instructions on what to do, right? So Dr. Joseph Murphy says, you can bring into life more power, more wealth, more health, more happiness, and more joy by learning to contact and release the hidden power of your subconscious mind. You need not acquire this power, you already possess it. Self-explanatory. You already have the power to control and reprogram your subconscious mind already within you. This is not something that you have to obtain, or you have to get it, or you have to pay somebody for it. You have it in you. You just have to become aware of it. You become aware by learning, by reading, by understanding. And the only way to get understanding is through study. All right. That's why this is this is a must read for me. There's no way around it. Reprogramming your subconscious mind. You have to read The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Dr. Joseph Murphy. Now let's get into number 2. This would be Psycho-Cybernetics by Dr. Maxwell Maltz. This is another one of my favorites. This one deals with self-image. Very, very important when it comes to the law of attraction, manifesting, your subconscious mind, everything. It all begins with your self-image. This book has helped millions and millions of people to understand themselves, understand your self-image, understand how you look at yourself. And the way that you look at yourself has everything to do with where you are in life right now, where you're going in life, and quite frankly, the things that have happened to you up to this point. Your self-image has so much to do with that, because your subconscious mind won't allow you to go above and beyond where your self-image says that you are. I said this on a previous video, but you cannot go past where your self-image projects you to be. And so this helps you to understand that. It helps you to understand exactly where you are, exactly what's going on with you and why you are that way. And it helps you to be able to encourage yourself and to look at yourself and increase and boost that self-image. So Dr. Maxwell Maltz says that the self-image controls what you can and cannot accomplish, what is difficult or easy for you, even how others respond to you, just as certainly and scientifically as a thermostat controls the temperature in your home. Specifically, all your actions, feelings, behavior, even your abilities are always consistent with this self-image. Again, notice that word always. He said it is always consistent with your self-image. In other words, like I just said, where you go in life, your level of success will never exceed where you think you should be. And I'm not talking about consciously, because if I ask you right now, do you deserve to be a millionaire? You'll be like, yeah, of course. Yeah, of course I do. But your subconscious may have a different attitude towards that based on your paradigm and what you were programmed with at an early age, and so many factors that go into that. But your subconscious is not always on the same page with your conscious mind. And that's why it's such a struggle, because we use 5% of our conscious, we use our conscious mind only 5% throughout the day. Subconscious is running 95% of all other activities. And so you may think that, yeah, I deserve to be a millionaire, but that's your conscious talking. At 95%, may have a different attitude, like, I don't know about all that. So you have to understand where you stand within your self-image, and that way you can increase it. And then once you increase that, you increase your life, you increase your status. All right. Now let's get into number 3. This would be Think and Grow Rich. You cannot have a top 5 book list without Think and Grow Rich on it if we're speaking on anything that has to do with the mind or business or earning money. Anything, this has to be on it. Every successful person that I know has read this book. Anyone that has any kind of great success, they've read this book. This book has said to be responsible for creating more millionaires than any other book in history, any publication in history. Millions of millionaires from this book, Napoleon Hill. He was mentored by, at that time, the richest man in the world, Andrew Carnegie. Carnegie introduced him to several, hundreds of other successful people. So he got his information straight from the horse's mouth, several horses. And so you cannot attempt to understand your mind and how it works in regards to business and success and money without reading Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Now, Napoleon Hill says, there are no limitations to the mind except those we acknowledge. Both poverty and riches are the offspring of thought. Man, that's short, but extremely powerful. Extremely powerful. This book is great because it deals with so much more. I know the title says Think and Grow Rich. It's not just about money. It's about understanding how you view money, understanding how you view yourself, understanding how you view others, putting that all together in order to be successful in so many ways. This is a classic, a must read. It may be my favorite of the group. My favorite changes really depending on what I'm reading at the time. Every time I'm reading one of these classes, I'm like, man, this is probably my favorite right here. And then I read another one, I'm like, yeah, this one is so good. This is probably my favorite. So you got to read Think and Grow Rich. All right. Now let's get into the 4th one. Number 4, drum roll, please. What do we have? The Science of Getting Rich, Wallace D. Wattles. Now, as the title suggests, The Science of Getting Rich, of course, a lot of information in this book about money. However, it's more so about how you view it. And what I really love about this book, this is probably the first book that gave me the okay, the go ahead, the confirmation, or should I say the permission to be okay with wanting to be rich. Now, you're probably like, what? Everybody want to be rich. Now, if you're a religious person, sometimes just in general, the paradigm of the country, for whatever reason, is you have to be so humble, and money isn't everything, and the money is the root of all evil, all that stuff. So you have a slight drawback of wanting money because you feel like it's going to make you people are going to think you full of yourself, and just all kind of little stuff that goes on. The church, there's a lot of stuff. That may be another video. However, this is my favorite because it actually encourages you. Yeah, it's your right. It's okay to want to have money. As a matter of fact, you need money. If you are the type of person that wants to help others, there's no way around it. You can help others to a certain extent without money, but it makes it so much better. You can do so much more when you have money. I mean, there's no other way to put it. Wattles says that man's right to life means his right to have the free and unrestricted use of all the things which may be necessary to his fullest mental, spiritual, and physical unfoldment. Or, in other words, his right to be rich. Doesn't get any plainer than that. This book emphasizes that throughout the book. You have the right to be rich. You have just as much as right as anybody else for any assets that are out here. You have the right to be rich. You have the right to be abundant. You have the right to have the means to help your family. You have the right to have the means to help out your friends. This is a God-given right, and we have to understand that. This book explains that thoroughly, and that's why it's one of my favorites as well. All right, now, last one, number 5, drum roll. Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. This is probably one of the first books I ever read that even got me to start thinking about money, or I would say it got me to start thinking about how I think about money. And one of the things that I really love about this book is it is very practical. It's written in a way that you can understand. Practical language, not a lot of confusing language or terminology. He gets right to the point. It talks about direct, everyday situations, everyday life. He talks about, he says he has 2 dads. Of course, his dad and a friend's dad, a friend that he was really close with, his dad, those were his 2 dads. So Robert Kiyosaki said that I had 2 fathers, a rich one and a poor one. One was highly educated and intelligent. He had a PhD and completed 4 years of undergraduate work in less than 2 years. He then went on to Stanford University, University of Chicago, and Northwestern to do his advanced studies, all on full financial scholarships. The other dad never finished 8th grade. Now, both were successful in their careers, working hard all their lives. Both earned substantial incomes, yet one struggled financially all of his life. The other would become one of the richest men in Hawaii. One died leaving tens of millions of dollars to his family, charities, and his church. The other left bills to be paid. Can you guess which one is which? Answer might shock you, but if you haven't read it yet, I won't spoil it for you, but you need to read this book as well. If you read these 5 books next year, 2020, we're almost there. We're a couple of weeks away. You read those 5 books in the year 2020, I can almost guarantee that your mind will be different. You'll begin to reprogram your subconscious mind. You'll begin to earn more money. You'll begin to earn more. You'll begin to have more self-respect. Your self-image level will increase. Your vibration will increase. Overall, your life will get better. That is, I mean, I hate to put guarantees, but if you read these books that I just showed you, you can't help but to be a better person afterwards. All right. Did you get any value out of that? I hope you did. If so, you know how I say, squeeze that like button, like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Now, if you're still rocking with me at this point, you already know I appreciate you. Let's go.